You guys look like you're in a lineup.
Step forward.
Turn
Grab the keys to the
Don't
truck.
get his fingers in.
This is gonna be fun.
Turn the profile in.
Turn to the left.
You shouldn't have told us to just do whatever we want.
I know, you shouldn't have said hang out.
Have you been rolling, by the way? Awesome.
No,
I love
I'm not
it.
on.
Okay.
I'm completely straight and sober.
Okay, I'm Gaia Melikian, and I'm thrilled to be here with the director and the cast members of the movie Synchronicity, available at a Redbox location nearest you. Joining me is director, writer, and producer Jacob Gentry, and cast members AJ Bowen and Scott Poitras. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. I'm so glad you guys are here. Congratulations, first of all, on this very, very cool movie. I loved it.
Thank you.
I have to say, Jacob, I found your movie very fascinating. First of all, the whole topic of parallel universe theory is just quite intriguing on its own. So I have to commend you because you took such a complex topic and you told your story in such a moody and sexy way that I think it makes it automatically makes it more intriguing for the audience. Can you, on that note, tell us about the movie, please?
It's a time travel sci-fi noir. Essentially, on its surface, it is about a physicist who creates a machine that can open a wormhole in the space-time continuum. And on the same day that he gets it to work, he meets this sort of mysterious woman, and as they develop a relationship together, he believes that she might be in a conspiracy or in league with the heavy of the movie, played by Michael Ironside, to steal the rights to his invention. And so that kind of leads us on this sort of detective search in inward and outward.
I really liked how it wasn't just a cut and dry sci-fi movie or just a cut and dry time traveling movie or a physicist or a bunch of jargon. In there you had woven in the stylized film noir, and then you had woven in a love story and all the personal stories of the characters, so it makes it a lot more intriguing. I think that's just a great way to tell the story.
Well, I think these guys are actually a big part of why it feels grounded.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sort of separates it from some of the dark dystopic sci-fi that it also has a sense of humor to it.
He's only saying that because we're on either side of him.
Because we're in the same room.
AJ, you are an indie film and art house veteran.
Yes.
So when you think of all the projects that you've worked on, how does this one stand out for you?
We've all, for the most part, known each other. You know, Scott and I went to high school together. Jacob and Scott grew up together. We all went to college together. So how we also kind of got our careers started was all together. I mean, we had done some things, but what really made things start working for us was we made a movie for no money in like 10 days, and we got really lucky with it. And then careers take over and life takes over, and you look up and you realize that you haven't gotten to make a movie in a while with your family. Doing Synchronicity was an opportunity, at least selfishly for me, was to get back to my family and like get any chance to get on camera with Scott, you know, because I make a lot of jokes, but he's probably the best actor that I've ever worked with, and I just happened to go to high school with him. So having that opportunity and then having the ability on something like this where you know everybody to have complete trust is really freeing for something that can be like pretty technically challenging.
I think that's definitely very evident from your movie. You can tell that that's
we
where the
sweat a lot.
authenticity is from.
That was
That
real
you
sweat.
guys have worked.
Sorry.
Since you guys have worked together, and you had such a great success with your first film that you worked on together, The Signal. So that authenticity and your bond coming years later and making it in this movie, it's you could really see it. It really transcends through, and it makes the movie even that much better. Scott, you're also a vet. What was special about this project for you?
It's such a nomadic lifestyle and career that we're in, and you already touched on it. Thank you for those very kind, sweet words. We're mercenaries. We go where the work is, and we don't always get to work with family and close friends. That was a huge step in the right direction before you even step on set. Start with a great script that was written, characters that we get to flesh out. And then after that first take or two, when you get to go peek at Video Village and look at a little playback, and you're like, oh my God, look what Jeffrey Pratt Gordon, the production designer, has created. Look at Eric Madison, our DP, what he's shooting. Look at how good this looks. And like all fears and worries about what we're doing is gone. Just focus on getting on set and having fun. Him trusting in us is huge because we trust in him.
Scott, your character is Maddie. He's the quirky, sort of the comic relief character of the cast members. Tell me about him.
He suffers from a form of dyscalculia, which makes him confuse very simple mathematical procedures, things in his brain that don't, synapses that don't function quite the way they should in most normal people. As actors, we have to focus on our own intentions, objectives and goals, and what's in our way. How do we get past it? What are we going to do to get across that obstacle? He wants to find a cure for himself and also solve this time travel.
But I think
Somewhat
the
depressing
funniest
time.
part is that your character doesn't know that he's
not.
the comic relief.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it funny, is that I think his, just, you know, because he's a math genius, he's like the greatest, you know, mathematician of
He has this innocence.
but he
Yeah.
can't, you know, tell left from right. So it's like,
Right.
and Scotty came with this brilliant character, and you know, in the script it said I had pi written out 3.14, and I had like two numbers, and Scotty actually took it upon himself. He learned, like, I was in the editing room and I thought he was just saying numbers, and I was
Right.
looking at the scene, and he had learned like the first like 20 to I think 27 numbers. And I pulled up pi, and it was the exact numbers, as his character is somebody who keeps talking even when no one's listening to him.
Yeah.
And so he had all of this sort of dialogue that wasn't in the script because it was just like an ellipses in the script. And
Right.
he just filled out that ellipses with
Yeah.
genius.
The,
So
the pie memorization thing was incredibly
Yeah.
stressful for me because I was supposed to know it too.
Singing
I'm a lazy
the pie
actor.
song,
Yeah, and so
talking me off the ledge.
and which also informed my action in the scene because I was like 3.14. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go.
Those next 25 numbers, you got them
I
right.
definitely got 3.14 out, and then I was peaced out.
3.14 is some-
It's one of the great blessings when your best friends you get to work with.
No, I love that.
Where did you just come from?
Chad, you play the lead character who's also the inventor of the time machine. Tell me about him.
Well, he is obsessed with his scientific quest to change the world through time travel. Then certain little things start to happen, and he starts to lose sight of his original goal, mostly romantically. And you know, it's funny. I mean, it's in Rocky how women weaken knees. You know, from keeping your eye on the prize, and then how do
Good
you
job, Brienne.
Thank you.
and then how do you get back on track?
It's amazing the power we have over you, huh?
It is
Isn't
crazy.
On your character, continuing on that, one of the coolest things for me was the scenes where there's two of you. Okay, you have like this, it's the future you alongside the present or the past you.
Correct.
Which you guys call him Jim Prime, right? So how did you keep track of all the versions of your character?
The clothes I was wearing.
Brienne, you play the mysterious femme fatale Abby. Tell me about her.
She's probably one of the most complex characters I played in a long time. She pretty much, to describe her, she's two different people, which, you know, Chad was saying, we all have that duality. But she's like the femme fatale vixen, and then she's just a girl that's in love. And I don't want to give too much away, but it was, I have those both in me, and it was nice to bring them out at the same time with the same character, because that rarely happens.
Brienne, you've certainly had your share of movies, and you've done a ton of TV, most recently True Blood and Masters of Sex. What drew you to this project?
Well, the writing. It all starts with the script. And like I said, I was shooting another movie among friends with AJ Bowen, and he gave me the script. He was about to go to Atlanta, and I read it, and I was like, oh my God, she's such a great character. But then I had to read it again. So that night, after being on set for like 16 hours, I read it twice, because you really have to get it
Yeah.
a couple times. Even the movie, you have to watch it a couple
Yeah.
times to get everything. So it's just the writing. And I saw the signal with all of them, and they're from Atlanta, and I'm from Atlanta, and it was just like this lovely group of people that I was like blessed to be a part
Yeah.
of. And Jacob is such a great director,
Yeah.
and he took care of me as the lead actor.
Chad, your uncle is Harry Dean Stanton.
Right.
And he's appeared in over almost 200 movies and TV series
Yeah.
since the 50s. Has he been an influence in your career at all?
Yeah, he's given me a lot of good advice. But it was in his documentary recently, but he was telling me this for years. It's just let the wardrobe do the work, and just, understand what you're saying in the scene and say the words. Don't overcomplicate everything. He's 89.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's
Still working, God bless him.
well, here's what he says. He's only alive so that he can smoke. He loves smoking so much.
I love
And
that.
that's why he gets up
Yeah.
every morning and to do the crosswords.
Brienne, you two had some really sexy scenes. How did you break the ice?
Just did it. And he didn't even, the funny thing when we saw it, he didn't even remember we had so many love
didn't.
scenes.
I
So I was
realized
like,
how many
wait a
times-
second, we had this many? I was like, yeah, I was. He didn't. I was like, but yeah.
So is that how much you noticed her? Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah.
She's gorgeous.
No, it was actually funny.
Put him
that
on
he
the
said
spot.
it.
It's
Well,
okay, you don't
and
have to
I also
answer
didn't
that.
know who her boyfriend at the time was.
Yes.
He was a friend of mine, and that was awkward. He showed up on set, and I'm going, "Why are you here in
Yeah.
Atlanta? What's going on here? I'm
Yeah.
confused." And that's my girlfriend that I'm about to get in bed with.
Right.
You know? Great.
We had to be like, it's cool. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we just went for it. We just committed and
Yeah.
went for it, and it was comfortable right away. But then it was like a lot of tension. So I think that all came on screen, which
Yeah.
was, and I'm lucky we didn't have it the first day, because normally on every movie and every TV show, it's like Lovemaking Day is the first day.
That's
like,
really
for
awesome.
Jarhead, it was like Naked Day was the first day.
Yeah.
And I was like, really, really.
Right.
So we were lucky. We had a couple.
Yeah, they should have that
Days.
as a national holiday. I think.
Naked Day is
Love
the first
making
day.
Love making day.
The first day.
That should be part
That's
2 of
different
Valentine's Day or
Valentine's,
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.